Hello and welcome to this video. Today we're opening another Pixie box, and this one is the creepy cute one, so they're Halloween themed. Of course fitting for this month of October. And at first, like always, we're greeted by the information card, and it definitely has some creepy cute creatures on there. Like the little bats and such are so cute. And of course here's Sophie and Toffee's social media information for if you guys want to check them out. Now immediately the first thing that sprung me into my eyesight was these very highlighter pigments, and if you put them under UV light they like glow so much. I think they're very pretty. Next up we have some shaker oil, and this time luckily in clear and not in green, because sometimes or most times they put green color in them. And we got some shimmery holographic powder. I don't know if you can hardly see it on camera, but it has this like purplish pinkish tone. And then we have these chunky glitters in purple and this really bright yellow. I actually quite love these chunky glitters, they're very pretty when you use them. And some nail decals with tiny Halloween creatures, so bats, cats, pumpkins and all that stuff. And we get some Halloween themed bezels, so let's have a look inside this little baggie and see which bezels we get. First up we get a cat on a pumpkin, which is very cute. Then we have this really deformed cat. It looks like kind of one of these strange cats some people draw. I think this one is misformed, so I'm like deformed. I think I can just, bend it out with a pair of thongs carefully later. Yeah, we have this. I'm not sure if this is like a horned creature or spider. I think it's meant to be a spider. And lastly we got a candle, and you can see all of them are textured, which I really like. Like, I also like the straight bezels, but the textured one give them another nicer look. And we get some canes that are like alien shaped. I don't quite associate aliens with Halloween, but some people may. And we get sprinkles and more canes with like coffins and pumpkins and eyeballs. I think they look really cool, and I like that they added the sprinkle. Because of course, in theme of the creepy cute, you can make some really creepy cute things with sprinkles and canes. Now let's have a look at the molds. And first up is this coffin shaker mold. It has like a skull inside, and it has a ghost, and I think it's an eyeball on the other side, like tiny shaker pieces. Then we get this like chunkier ghost mold, and this mangled pumpkin with an eye patch. I think it looks very stupid but very fun. And this one took me a while to find the right direction, but I'm pretty sure it's a witch on a broomstick. If I hold this up, you can see like the witch's head and the cone and stuff. But my brain was playing tricks, and I was like trying to shimmy it around at first and trying to figure out which kind of creature it is. Because I saw it from like the other way around, and I was like, is that a strange ghost? But no, it's a witch. And the last two molds are this tiny mold with like tiny Halloween pieces. So like skulls, bats, ghosts and stuff. You can definitely put them in shakers and use them for decoration. They are very cute. And our very last mold is this charm mold, and it has like bat fangs or vampire fangs, ghost, skeleton hands, witch's head and a pumpkin with a carved face. And I can imagine these would look really good as like charms or earrings, since they came in pair of twos, probably earrings. So let's have a look inside of the booklet. And of course this shows everything inside, and apparently there are different sticker sheets inside of the sticker package. You can see there's like a stack of them. And here you can see some examples of how they colored the molds. I always appreciate these examples because they give me ideas. Although I think the green ghost definitely looks strange to me. And indeed, the cat shouldn't be as deformed as mine was, but it's fine, I can bend it back. And there was also 2 random colors of glitter, but I'm really happy with my purple and yellow. They definitely feel spooky. Okay, now let's hit into making some of these things. So excuse the mess, I'm also pouring other things while I do this, but I mixed up some pure black with a little bit of glitter residue from other project, but that doesn't matter. And then just slowly, very slowly pouring this in to avoid air bubbles. And then I use the same black to fill in the skeleton hands, and I mix up some color shift pigments that I got. Basically I used like a yellow-orange for the pumpkin, a like goldenish red that looks kind of a little bit more orange for the vampire tooth, a like almost black brownish purple, and for the ghost I went with a very simple black grey. And I will see you after they are cured. So they had a couple days of curing, but they're still a little tiny bit soft, but that doesn't matter, I can just flatten them out again. And here you can see, I didn't expect this coffin to be matte, but it looks so good, it definitely looks like scone. Now I'm not gonna make a shake out of it, I'm gonna display it as is, because I frankly can't bother, it's too much work. But here you can see the little ghosty and the what I assume to be an eyeball. It kind of looks like a coin, but I think, like, after looking at it again, I think it's supposed to be an eyeball. And now let's unmold all of the earrings. And yes, as you guessed, I'm making earrings out of these. And you can really see the color shift pigments in some of them, it's so pretty. Of course there is some cleanup to be done, because I spent too much time working with the thread, and after half an hour it was already a tad bit hardening. It still filled out these earring molds very well, but there are some tiny air bubbles, but not like really bad. But of course the cleanup of the flushing and the overflow definitely is way more than normal. But nonetheless, actually all of them turned out really, really well. Now, I know I didn't show you guys how I added earring loops, but that was simply because I totally forgot to film that part. But yeah, it was simple getting some earring hoops and then basically adding like a jump ring, and then it was done. So here you can see all of the earrings. I think they look super cute. They are a bit more see-through, but that's due to the pigments. You can definitely put in more pigment, but I like that they're see-through, like especially for the pumpkin and stuff, it looks like candy. Now, what are my thoughts about this box? This box is definitely a Halloween theme, and it had some cute molds, like the tiny mold or the coffin mold and stuff. But I am not a person that uses these like chunky molds, so the witch, the pumpkin and the ghost. I don't really know what I would do with them. Yeah, you can put in charms and trinkets and stuff and make them look like candy, but I'm not the one to display, so I'm probably never gonna use them. As for the shaker, I'm happy they finally added clear shaker oil, because the amounts of green shaker oil I have are insane. And I never use it. Instead, I use mineral oils or baby oil to fill up my shakers, because that is clear and you can see what's going on inside. And also the sprinkles. I don't know if they were left over from like their Plant Else box with the like cookies. I'm gonna unbox that on the Halloween week, so don't worry, that's coming too. But I think it's still a cute idea. Although, like, I would definitely think they probably go into the shaker or embed it to something. Like, the motifs are very cute with the like ghosts and pumpkins and stuff. So I really appreciate that one too. Was this one of the better boxes of them? Not quite, depends on what you like. As I said, half of the molds were definitely not my cup of tea. And also another note about this box. Since I filmed this like a couple weeks ago, I actually tried out the like neon pigments, and they are really hard to mix in resin, but there is a trick to them, and I'm gonna tell you guys without showing you because I haven't filmed that. But, you know, you can try it out for yourself. So if you don't try and mix this in a huge cup of resin, but instead take like a tiny amount and mix the pigments first and make sure there's like no lumps and it's like a paste more than anything, then you can mix it into your large cups and it will mix almost like effortlessly. You will not have any chunks and stuff, because I found especially like the orange and the yellow, they don't want to mix. They will get chunky and they will get like spots and graininess in them when you try to mix them in large cups. So that's also a thing to note, and I'm sad that there was not a hint about how to easily mix them. But you know, now you know you can actually use that for many pigments that don't want to mix, like that clump. Just put a tiny amount of resin and then mix that first. And it really works and helps. I'm using that all the time with like stubborn pigments and micas, or also with these iridescent pigments. I sometimes use them because they also tend to have like white chunks, and that just doesn't look well. Anyways, that's everything for today's video. Let me know what would you do with the chunky molds, and if you actually got this box, which one was your favorite mold. And I hope you enjoyed watching. And I hope you have a great day. See you soon. Bye!